Hey guys, how are you? Okay, so today, I hope I'm not covering the microphone and you guys can hear me properly. So today we're going to talk about how door knocking is not dead. The first house I ever got as a listing in Westmount, well, I'm right in front of it right now. This house right here. Look at this beaut. It's undergoing major renovations. I mean, they're doing underpinning, foundation work, because the property did have some structural conditions that needed to be addressed. So the story behind how I got this listing, having my own agency, I'm not with Remax or all of these people. I'm independent, so I try to get my own clients. No one gives me any clients or so on. So I did a bit of a mailing campaign. And some brokers told me, some clients told me, they're like, listen, if you find me a deal, some house to flip and so on, I might be interested, especially if it was in Westmount. And he happened to drive by this house right here. And, now it looks, even though it's destroyed, it looks normal. Before there was so much trees and grubs and like 10 years of no renovations, no cutting the lawn, no cutting the trees whatsoever. So the house really looked horrible. And he told me, he's like, look, I'm interested to see if they're interested in selling their house. So I went and knocked at the door. And, I told him, listen, a client of mine told me that he's interested in buying your house and wants to know if you'd be interested in selling. And, at first they were like, oh my God, what? Who are you? Why are you knocking at our door? What's going on? Who wants to buy our house? Do we know him? What's going on? It's a special type of people that live in Westmount, okay? And, people that have a lot of money and so on, they don't like to be bothered too much. So we toured the house, right? Where is it? There it is. We toured the house. We looked inside. There was carpet everywhere. There was boxes. You couldn't see the windows. There were boxes everywhere. And when I told them, like, what's up with all of this? Like, oh, we were thinking of moving and so on. So it's kind of funny that you come and ask if we wanted to sell, because this house it was in her family for hundreds of years. Actually, that family that lived there was one of the first houses on this street, which is in Metcalfe in Westmount, and they were the ones who patented the valve for hot water radiators back in the day. I don't know, I think 1907 or something like that. So they told me, yeah, you know what, sure, you could bring him in to come and check the house. And we did. We toured the house. We looked at it. But for him, it was a bit too much of an undertaking. He told me that, it's unless he could get it at a certain price, it wouldn't be interested for him. So I told him, unfortunately, no, he's not interested in selling and interested in buying your house. But you know what? If I do hear someone else who's interested, I'll let you guys know, and we'll take it from there. And they really liked my no pressure kind of technique. And they told me, they're like, look, what do you think our house is worth? What do you think we could sell it for? What do you think, And I gave them my price, and they obviously wanted much more. They, when someone's living in that house and it was in the same family for forever since it was built, there's a strong emotional attachment that comes to the house. So, they absolutely wanted at least $1.5 million. $1.5 million for this house here, right? I told them that, for the area that you guys have was roughly 1,200 square feet footprint. It wouldn't be very easy. The whole house in total was 2,105 square feet. I'm like, look, it'll be a far cry, but the market is really acting crazy. So, we could always try, but don't expect a full asking price, right? So, with this video, you guys are going to see what kind of added value I have, having studying architecture and engineering and owning a real estate license as well. Like, when we first listed the property, we had at least 30 people visiting on the first day. 30 people visiting on the first day. It was crazy. But a lot of people that came right out and said, oh my God, this house has to be completely gutted. The center column right over here, it was, settling by about 3 inches. So, everything looked warped. It didn't look like something that was, that's safe to buy, we'll say. So, after a couple of weeks without any kind of offers, I told myself, and I told the owners as well, okay, listen guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make plans of this house. I'm going to go to the city and get my plans approved for an extension. and then we're going to try to push the property for its full potential. And that's exactly what I did. So by the way, first off, this house here is a category 1 star house. Actually no, just a category 1. This house here with the braces in front of it is a category 1 star, and I sold that one too. I'll tell you the secret in another video. So when it means category 1, that means it's protected. It's part of the heritage of this specific district because of its vernacular red brick, the slate roofs, the the ornaments on the side. So the city of Westmount absolutely wanted to preserve everything that's in the facade. But in the back, like we're going to see, you know what, it's really muddy here, and you know what, it's worth for you guys to see it. So let's, my shoes are, oh yeah, that's, I just stepped in poop kind of. Anyways, so they destroyed all of this. All right, I'm checking, you've got a bit of trespassing here. No, whatever, these houses are being, so I made plans, and then I'll show you guys the plans. I'm gonna do a cut scene and so on, and I'll show you guys the plans, and to build a whole other extension back here. All right, so this house initially, when we listed it, it was maybe 2,100 square feet of livable space, but with my plans we got it up to 2,800 square feet with an incredible backyard. Because I mean, look how far back that goes, all the way to this fence here. You see that fence? So I mean, it's huge, and especially like for a Westmount house, Westmount's mainly in hills and on top of the mountains. So, but a lot of people like the flats, that's what we call it. And once I had those plans ready, I uploaded them to the system. I emailed all the 30 people that came in the past, sent them the plans, told them, hey guys, look, like the plans are ready, they're approved from the city, and approved. Well, they were looked at and everything was okay. All we needed to do, well, we applied for the permit, and the people who bought the house was an elderly couple, and they were in their 80s. They wanted to downsize. They have a much bigger home on the same street actually. And when this whole COVID thing hit, like the contractors postponed, and their financing was only really up for 1 year, and so they decided not to go ahead with the project, and then they sold the house again with my plans for $100,000 more. So I sold this house for $1,350,000. All right, and then it went back on the market and it sold for $1,410,000 or 400 something thousand. So the added value of being capable of making plans so that the dollar per square foot makes sense is there, and that's how I got my first listing in Westmount. And then once that was sold, I contacted these guys, and that's for the next video. If you like it, like, subscribe, and hit that notification. Hit the notification bell with the haaaa. Oh, I think I'm gonna patent that haaaa thing or trademark it. Anyways, guys, I'm off. See you soon. Alright guys, so finally a long day of work is done. I could finish part 2 of this video, and let's just jump right in. So as usual, this is my website. You guys could go check it out whenever you want. And okay, so let's go get started. First off, I want to show you guys just the listing that was there for the selling of the house. And if I click this, you see 1.35 million. We're gonna just click this little I button here, which is gonna show us, yeah, it's me, listing broker and selling broker. I have a very cool house. Really liked it. It was the first house I sold in Westmount, like I said before. I could even show you back again here. Initially it was listed at 1.5. We dropped it at 1.48, and it finally closed at 1.350. You could see also there's not more than 2 pictures that I put up there, because the interior was, like I said, it was crammed with boxes and old stuff, and a lot of not hoarding, but I mean they had a lot of stuff in that house. So let's just jump into it. Oh, certificate. Let's see that. So certificate of location is basically just yeah, look at that. For the next 10 years, if they sell their house, they're gonna see my sign. Certificate of location is basically just a document that shows the cadastral and if there's any servitudes. And so I'm gonna go over it quick so that we don't have to see all of these things. And there you go. So this is the house and how it sits on the land. Look at this big piece of land in back. It's honestly something else. Okay, now we're gonna jump into the plan. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys the initial plans as well, because the initial plans were, well, I'll explain to you why I'm showing you guys both right this second. So, the initial plans, this is when I did all of the work so that I could push the sale of the house. So initially, like, you're gonna see that this is the existing ground floor, right? The staircase, the living room, the dining, and the proposed is just, you could see that it's stretched, right? Back for, it's just stretched. And I mean, it's still stretched about 11.2 feet, like about 10 meters, 3 meters. But I mean, it still gives a huge amount of of value to the house. Here you actually see how I named each room. Huge master bedroom with a huge master bathroom, big walk-in closet with a master terrace. Here it's just the electrical layout, just to show you that the A's are all the pot lights that I would have planned over the stairs and so on. Even here I see this little walk-in. I remember there was a small linen on this side, and the closet, small closet, I decided to bust it up to make one nice walk-in. People like to put their clothes and big walking. Anyways, so you see, this was the what I used to sell, and then after the sale, the buyers, the elderly couple, they absolutely wanted to have um, an elevator in their house, so we reworked the whole plant. They still liked this. The idea of how, big master bedroom with bathroom and closet, but we still had to change it up a little bit because I mean they wanted the elevator on this side, so a whole restructuring of the house was required. Oh, yeah, these are elevations. Wow, honestly, look at these elevations. I mean, guys, I only did an architectural technology program. A lot of people think I'm an architect. I'm not. I'm actually an architectural technologist, and I graduated in building engineering and member of the rolls of the Orders of Engineers of Quebec. But I mean, when I look at this work, it really makes me proud. Look at this. I mean, you know what? Look at this house, and do we still have? Yeah, we still have it. Look at it. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But the city, when it's category 1, they want to make sure that nothing is changed on the facades. This is the front, this is the back, this is the side, right? And they really want to make sure that nothing that could be seen from the street that will change. And over here, I decided to be a gentleman in my design and just continue out like the little detail all the way through. That, and also the cities, what they really want to know is the site coverage, right? How much of it is going to be grass? How much of it is going to be pavement? A deck, if it's less than 1 foot off the ground, it's still considered as landscaping and not considered in your site coverage. I think that might be interesting value to know. And that's it. That was my first sale in Westmount on Metcalf. And then, like I told you guys, I sold the house right across the street, which was 4 years on the market. And when I had it, I sold it in less than, I think, 1 or 2 months. Not even, I think in 1 month. Next video. If you like this video and you think that I could provide you guys with some quality content, I'm asking you guys to do the usual: like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget that notification bell. Give it a haaaa on my part. Well, I hope you like it. Also, if you can, share it, right? Share the video. Supposedly that's great for the algorithm. When the algorithm sees that you're sharing the video, it means that you really do believe that it is giving value, and that other people might like it. So until next time, guys, I'm wishing you the best, and hang in there for the next ones.